You work hard, and every payday a big slice of your money vanishes, straight to the taxman before you ever see it. Now here's something that might make you angry. Some of the richest people on the planet pay almost nothing. Sometimes a lower tax rate than a teacher, a nurse, or you. And the wildest part, most of it is completely perfectly legal. They're not hiding money in a suitcase, they're using the rules exactly as written. So let's break down how the rich legally avoid taxes and what you can actually learn from it. It starts with one crucial idea: the rich don't earn money the way you do. Your income comes from a job, a wage, and wages are taxed the hardest and taxed first. Before your paycheck even lands, the government takes its cut, often at the highest rates in the entire system. But the wealthy rarely take a big salary. Some of the most famous billionaires pay themselves just $1 a year. Their real money comes from something taxed completely differently: assets. Here's the key. When you own an asset, like stocks or property or a business, and it goes up in value, you don't pay any tax on that gain. Not until you sell it. Economists call it an unrealized gain. On paper, you're richer, but as far as the taxman is concerned, nothing has happened. So what do the wealthy do? Something beautifully simple. They just don't sell. Their fortune grows, year after year, completely untaxed. But that creates a puzzle. If they never sell, how do they get cash to actually live on? This is where the most famous strategy comes in. It's called buy, borrow, die. First, they buy assets that grow in value. Second, they borrow against them. Because here's the magic: a loan is not income, and things that aren't income aren't taxed. So a billionaire can take a low-interest loan using their stock as collateral and spend that money on anything: mansions, yachts, holidays, tax-free. Their assets keep growing while they live off cheap debt. And then comes the final step: die. When they pass away, their assets go to their heirs. And in many places, a rule called the step-up in basis resets the value of those assets to their current price. All those decades of gains that were never taxed, they simply vanish. The heirs inherit the fortune, and the tax bill disappears with the original owner. Buy, borrow, die. But that's not the only tool. The rich also run their money through businesses, and a business plays by kinder rules. You, as an employee, are taxed on your income first and get to spend what's left. A business does the opposite. It earns, then subtracts its costs, its expenses, its losses, and is only taxed on the profit that remains. Travel, cars, meals, property, even parts of a private jet can become deductible business expenses. The employee is taxed on the way in. The owner is taxed on the way out. Same money, a completely different bill. On top of that, the wealthy move their money into lower taxed buckets. Long-term investment gains and dividends are often taxed far less than wages. Trusts, holding companies, and low-tax jurisdictions shift where and when tax is paid. Layer all of this together, and you get the strange result the headlines love: a billionaire paying a lower effective tax rate than the person who cleans their office. Now, is this fair? That's a real debate. But the lesson is this: our tax systems are built to tax work heavily and wealth lightly. They reward people who own things over people who earn things. So what can you actually do? You can't become a billionaire overnight, but you can use the same principles at your level. Own assets that appreciate. Use tax-advantaged accounts built for ordinary people, like retirement funds. Hold your investments for the long term, where the rates are lower, and start thinking less like an earner and more like an owner. Because the rich didn't break the rules, they just took the time to read them. And now, so have you. If this opened your eyes, subscribe. We break down the hidden rules of money that no one ever taught you in school.